Hello.
Oh, yes, hello. Can you hear my voice
Hi.
clearly?
Yes.
Okay, good. So maybe we can start now. Okay, cool. So before I'm starting to interview you, I wanna introduce myself first. My name is Risda Lailia Fatimatu, and you can call me Risda. And I'm from Indonesia. I'm the student of Sultan Agung Islamic University in Indonesia, and I'm majoring English literature. And now I'm turning 20 verse years old. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, cool. So maybe you go to introduce
Okay.
yourself. Yes,
Yes. I'm Shub.
yes.
Um, I'm I was born in India and I lived there for 3 years, and then we moved to the UK, and I've been there for the past 16 years.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So I'm 19 years old now, and I'm a university student, and I'm currently studying film at Met Film School,
Oh, okay.
and I live in London.
Oh, you live in London.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what university you in your university or college?
At university.
What university you're studying now?
It's Met Film School.
Oh, from school. Cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Yes. Maybe I'm pretty curious about the ambience, education ambience in your university. Can you tell about that?
The education.
Yes.
So they have both bachelor's and master's, and mine's only a film specific university. So
Mm.
they do acting, or they do cinematography, or directing, or writing, or
Oh,
producing
oh, yeah.
courses. But
Oh,
I'm currently in the bachelor's,
oh,
so I have a
bachelor,
bachelor's. Yeah,
bachelor.
so I have I'm currently pursuing a bachelor's in filmmaking.
Oh, filmmaking. Cool.
Yeah,
So you were interesting about the film, like literature and so on.
yeah. I actually originally had a STEM background. So I did maths, physics, technology, and stuff like that
Oh,
in high school.
in high school.
And then yes, and then I switched at the very end to pursue filmmaking.
And I think that's cool to choose another like study to uh like difference before your high school after you
Mm,
go to the university like that. So after the university ambience, maybe I'm also curious about your national culture in UK. So you can tell me about the national culture in UK?
yeah.
Yes.
Um. So I guess where do I start? I guess like the in the cultural side.
Oh yeah, immigrants
Um.
and also the UK.
Yeah. Is there anything specific that you want to know about it? So like sports or
Or anything is you just
television?
go anything to tell me
Oh,
about the
okay.
national culture.
Oh, I'll start with literature then. But we do like English novels, so obviously we have to study Shakespeare.
Oh,
That's a big one.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. So in for GCSEs, which is an exam you do at 16,
Mm.
and it's compulsory for everyone, I studied Macbeth. That was the book that our school had to study.
Oh, cool, cool.
And and then we do poetry as well.
Oh,
So
I like poetry too. Yeah.
yeah. So we had to study Carol and Duffy, who's the poet laureate
Mm.
in the UK. So
Yeah.
we do her poems as well. Um, and we did some contemporary literature authors as well. A big one was Zadie Smith,
Mm.
who's a British novelist.
Oh,
She
novel.
wrote she wrote White Teeth in the 90s, I think. So we have to study that in detail as well. So you
Mm.
take one Shakespeare and one contemporary British author, and that's what you study during school.
Yeah.
Culturally, I guess the biggest sport is obviously football, which is the biggest sport here.
Yeah. I think it's very
But
interesting, yeah, to talk about the culture and also the literature and arts in UK, right?
mm,
Yeah, it's very great thing in UK. Maybe you can tell me what's your favorite maybe director or novelist artist in UK, and also what the trend nowadays about the literature and arts in UK itself.
okay.
Yeah.
For literature, I don't even know. I would have to say Zadie Smith. I really do like her literature a lot.
Oh,
Um, on Beauty would be my favorite book by her.
sorry,
But
pardon?
on Beauty,
On
it's
beauty.
a
Yeah.
it's a short essay selection that she did, which is my favorite book by her.
Oh,
For directors, it would be Charlotte Wells, who is a new director. She
oh,
came out with a film last year called After Sun.
of this.
Yeah, she's Scottish,
Oh,
so it takes place in Turkey, but it's about a father and a daughter going on a holiday together,
yeah.
which is my favorite, I guess, British film currently. But other famous filmmakers was Sally Potter,
Yeah.
who did um who did a film called Orlando, which is a big one on like gender studies.
Oh, cool, cool. So yeah, um, what about the trend in literature and art nowadays in UK? What grows about the literature and art itself nowadays? Like what?
Um, I'm not too sure about literature,
It's
but in
okay.
terms of sorry, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But in terms of art, I think you obviously have like the Turner Prize, which is
Mm.
the award given out every year to like the top artists in the UK. And you have like the Sky Arts, the Landscape Prize, and the Portrait Prize, which
Oh,
is it's all televisioned, so they get like 10 artists, and they film them for 4 hours, and then you have judges who vote on the best one, and you have rounds of that.
cool, cool.
In terms of film, I think that's the most that I can speak about. It's become more a lot of productions actually. There are a lot of American productions come to the UK to London because filming
Oh,
here is cheaper than it is in LA or something.
oh, cool. Maybe you
And
can tell me about yeah your experience on film or making film or anything. Just yeah to share me about that.
yeah, so I've made a short film
Ooh, I saw
which
you
was about
on TikTok
yes,
about that. Yeah, it,
yeah, it was called Tulsi. It was about the like growing up like as an immigrant in the UK, and it took place over one day. It's about a mother and daughter,
mm,
and as the daughter leaves for university, a mattress arrives in the mother's house, and so it's the mother's responsibility for the first time to move a piece of furniture from across the room, from across the house, which
yeah,
was an activity that the mother and daughter did together always. So it was a 5 minute short film, and that's what primarily it was about.
great. I think
And
it's cool. Cool plot to build up that film.
mm,
Yeah. Maybe you get a lot of hurdle to make it that or anything that burden you to make the film about.
mm.
So
So
yeah.
yeah, I wrote it and I directed it as well
Oh,
initially, but we filmed it outside of London. We filmed it back in my hometown, in my house, because it was the
yeah.
cheapest option.
Mm,
And we had a crew of around 11, 12 people. And so I think we had a budget of around £300. as well for that. So that was getting all the equipment there and filming it in 2 days. We
Oh,
filmed it in
2 days.
2 days. Yeah. So it was a very quick, it was two 10-hour days with everyone and the two
Wow,
actresses.
great. I think
I,
because yeah, you are good in film, so I think you can go fast to product the film itself. Great.
mm, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It also took place in two languages
Oh, and
because it's a,
mhm.
yeah, because it's an immigrant story. So it was in English and Hindi, which is the language that me and my parents speak.
Whoa, great. So, because you're talking about the immigrant, maybe I also will know about the immigrant culture in UK that came to
Hmm.
UK. So, uh, how about that? How about the culture, the immigrant in UK?
So I think that's a lot of, I was always surrounded by people around my country and and other immigrant families as well. So
Hmm.
I never felt alone because
Yeah.
there's a really big culture here, especially because I'm from India.
Yeah.
So a lot of festivals are still celebrated here, and so there's a really big community.
Oh yeah, big community. So yeah,
Yeah,
it makes you feel comfy and comfortable in UK because a lot of community, Indian community like that.
yeah, I think so, especially outside of school. It's different inside of school than it is outside of school.
Oh,
Because
what difference? Yeah.
inside of school, I always went to a predominantly white school. So there
Mm.
was only three or four people of color always.
Oh,
So all my friends are non-immigrant, they're all white and stuff like that. But outside of school, I was always talking in a different language and
mm.
exposed to a different culture. So that there was more of a clash happening in education and outside of education.
Yeah. So, you speak in another language side you in your friends in UK and also with your community, Indian community like that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
thank
Um,
you.
after that, I wanna know about monarch in UK. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I'm very,
So,
very
yeah.
impressed about that. Like beautiful country, beautiful kingdom. Maybe you can tell me the story about the monarch and so on in real situation in UK.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we started learning about the monarchs
yeah.
back since like forever. It's part of our history lessons. So when you have
Yeah.
history as a subject, you learn about how the UK got its kingdom, how they got its king and queen. Because our first king was actually French.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So when the French conquered the England, that's when they got the kings and queens.
Mm.
And you go throughout like 1,000 years from Henry VIII and the Tudors to modern day.
Oh,
So yeah, I think recently now more and more the monarchy is becoming less relevant, especially in younger generations as well, compared to older generations who grew up with the monarchy.
oh, cool.
But yeah.
Yeah. So, how about a younger generation? Uh, Apa ya? Think about the monarch. Is it still obey with the monarch itself,
Mm,
or like what about the young generation? And between the monarch itself.
I think especially when like the coronation happened
Yeah,
this year with
coronation.
King Charles, a
Yes.
lot of my friends didn't really care about it. A lot of people I know didn't really care about it. They were like, "Oh, it's like a party almost." So like they still went and celebrated, but it wasn't that kind of attachment that a lot of the older generations like stood outside Buckingham Palace for hours waiting for to see the king
Wow.
and the new queen. But that's not something that was really too relevant in younger generations,
Hmm.
especially or at least around me.
Wow, cool. So, what do you think about the king and queens in Royal Kingdom, like the most influential king and queens in UK? So, do you know, like, in the now era and also maybe the old era itself?
Mm. I think, well, if I talk about right now, with like Queen Elizabeth and now King Charles, I think because Queen Elizabeth was there for so long
Yeah.
through like everyone's life, she was more of like a symbol rather than like King Charles right now, who, at least to my like younger generations, who isn't that relevant, I don't think.
Yeah.
But for like older, even like older ones, I think the most iconic ones are like Queen Elizabeth the First or Henry VIII, who had six wives.
Hmm. Okay, pretty cool. So, by the way, now you on class or in a university or what
Uh,
building that you stood?
yeah, I'm in the just university campus.
Oh, in the campus. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
So, maybe it will be the last question about that, about the monarch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious and don't know about the difference between parliament and also the monarch in UK in a royal kingdom
Mm-hmm.
because in Indonesia we don't have a kingdom system because we
Mm.
are a republic. So I'm totally don't know about the difference between
Yeah.
parliament and also the monarch.
So it used to be that the king had absolute power. So
Mm.
whatever the king said, that
Yeah.
would happen in the country. But I think around 1,000-ish years ago, there was a treaty called the Magna Carta,
Mm. Oh
I
yeah,
think,
Magna
from
Carta.
what I remember,
Yeah.
which basically was the first step from the king. It basically said the king also has to follow the laws that the people do. And then I think as time grew on, the kingdom got less and less power, and the
Oh.
parliament, which is supposedly voted on by the people, people choose who to vote for, their representatives, which then go into parliament, and
Mm.
that became more and more powerful.
So the king is one have the one that have powerful in your country.
No, not anymore.
Oh,
It's
and
parliament.
oh, parliament first.
Yeah, it's all parliament now,
Oh,
but the
yeah.
king is just signs everything off
Oh,
basically.
I see about that. Okay, so cool. I think I meet with the great people and know about UK a lot. I'm very thankful to you to meet
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yeah. Um, so maybe I wanna ask a lot anything about UK, about London and so on. And maybe
Hmm.
um I have once again about a question
Hmm.
about the UK maybe. You have a recommendation, a good place to go in UK?
Ooh,
I think it's a
obviously
lot
go.
of yeah, a lot
There's
of
a lot of things.
places.
Obviously go visit London. London's really
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
But if you had to choose one outside of London, I would say at the very end of the
yeah.
UK, there's a place called Cornwall,
What? What
and
place?
it's I'm gonna type in the chat.
Oh, okay, okay.
There you go.
Cornwall. Oh,
Yeah, and it's very beautiful during the summer, and it's
wow.
like beaches, and people go like surfing there, and it's really nice.
Wow, it's really nice place to go, I think.
Yeah,
Wow, cool.
and
I
there's
think,
lots of tiny villages.
oh, okay. Wow, wow. I have a lot of insight about UK and also you are as half Indian and also UK. Cool.
Yeah,
So thank you so much
yeah.
for
Thank you.
having this meeting. I'm very grateful to meet you. Uh,
Nice to meet you too.
yeah, nice to meet you too. Actually, I found you in the Impactional Instagram account. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Are
I'm
you
also,
Impactional?
No, I'm just the follower of Impact Channel and also the
Ah,
Tatiana. Yeah.
I was one of the founders for it. So I came in very early on.
Oh, okay. Good, good, good. Yeah. I also have interesting about a film and also editing video. I like about that. So like,
Ah,
oh God, I found Shub. So I'm very, very grateful.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much once again, Shub, for sparing your time to meet with me from the Zoom
No,
call.
it's okay.
Yeah, as my respondent for my British native for my final exam. Once again, thank you
Okay,
so much.
thank you.
And yeah, I hope we can still able to keep in touch in social media
Yes.
and any platform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
followed you on Instagram, followed you back
yes,
on Instagram as well.
okay, for sharing something useful or uh,
Hmm.
exchange or each culture.
Yes.
Yeah,
If you
and
have any more, if you have any more questions, then feel free to also DM me.
yeah, thank you so much. And please remember me that you have friends from Indonesia.
Yes, will do.
Yeah, once again, thank you so much. I
Yes,
look
thank you.
forward, yeah, this Zoom. And also maybe we can take picture.
Okay.
Oh yeah. What? One, two, three. Once again, one, two, three. Thank you so much, Yub.
Thank you so
Maybe
much.
I can mention you on Instagram stories. Is it okay?
Yes, yes, that's
Okay.
wonderful.
Yes, thank you so much. Bye
Thank you.
bye. See you.
Bye. See you soon.